Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. I really hope you guys enjoyed my Daredevil review. That is a great figure and an amazing addition to my collection. I got a crazy review for you guys today. Like last time I mentioned, I hoped that the Punisher figure would get here in November. Turns out he got here today, so let's go ahead and take a look at him. Today, we will be having a look at the Marvel Legends Daredevil Born Again Punisher. And as I did state in that video, I did end up getting two of these. So there's a funny story to how I got two. When I ordered the first one, that day, Punisher went up for pre-order. Hasbro's website was kind of being finicky, and I must have accidentally clicked two by accident, and I got two. Did they charge me for both of them? Yes, they did. They charged them separate, though, which was a little wonky, but I'm not complaining. I'm just happy to have a Punisher in my collection now. And what a great likeness to John Bernthal. Just amazing. So as I said, I got two. I'll go ahead and move this one off to the side and check out some figure photography I will have coming to Instagram here shortly. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So as I said, Marvel Legends, Daredevil Born Again, Punisher, and something out at the bottom. Typically it says 8+, but right here, if you notice, it says 14+. I thought that was really cool. So here's looking at Frank, and just looking at this figure and the packaging, it's great. We got the double D's, as I mentioned last video, double D's up top. Flip them to the side. Very nice image of Punisher. I like the skull, the blackout, that sort of look. It looks great. Like the artwork, that looks great. Here's taking a look at the back. Here is a read up. If you want to read that, go ahead and pause now. Here's the other side. Not much there. We do get another logo of the Punisher up there. And flipping over to the bottom here, here is his UPC and barcode in case that helps anybody. So without further ado, let's go ahead and crack this guy open and take a closer look. Alrighty guys, we are back. So before we go ahead and take a look at the Punisher, aka Frank Castle, let's go ahead and take a look at his accessories, and then we'll take a look at the figure. We'll take a look at some comparisons, and then we'll run through articulation. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into it. So for accessories, he comes with 4 sets of hands. He comes with 2 gun-holding hands. The 2 you see on the figure is how he comes out of the box. He comes with a trigger hand and a grabby/wide open hand. And then for his other hands, he also comes with another trigger hand for his right and left. This is for his left, I believe. And he comes with a fist hand as well. Very nice. Very nice flesh-colored tones on there. You can kind of see the veins there up close on his hand. Very nice. Very nice. Again, pretty standard stuff. So now, taking a look at some of his other accessories, he does come with a pistol. I'm not sure what type of pistol this is, but nevertheless, it does come with one. It does look like it has an extended mag there. I mean, for the Punisher, that does make sense. So very nice. And then there is a spot where you can port in some effects right there, but I don't have any effects, so oh well. But still, I digress. I mean, I think, like, if you get a closer look here and the texture throughout, I mean, it looks real, but it's, you know, it's small and tiny. It's made for the figure, but still very nice there. And like I said, the gray paint and the wash on that looks very good as well. So there's that. He also comes with a knife. And this knife, I believe, it looks like a Buck 120, which is the Scream/Ghostface knife. Very nice. I like the combat knife, the grooves here, just the gray/silver wash there. It looks very good altogether, so very nice there. And then just, you know, the blade, that looks very nice, and it is kind of flimsy, so, but there's that. And then again, he does come with the axe, which we've seen him use in Daredevil, and I do like all the different like scrapes and stuff you can kind of see there on the axe, and just the texture of the handle and whatnot, and that's pretty, it's a little flimsy, but it's not, he holds it pretty well. So there's that. So let's go ahead and take a look at Punisher himself. Now, there are a lot of good things I'm seeing with this figure. There are some other things that I'm really liking, and there's one small gripe I have with it, which I will talk about in a minute, but without further ado, that's what we're doing right now. So taking a look at this guy, wow, again, just like the Daredevil, this is a great update to the 2015-2016 Punisher we last got. I understand there has been some complaints about the head sculpt of this guy, that it looks like Frank Castle is sad. I see it, but I really don't see it in person. I mean, online, I don't know if that was some other people's figures or what they thought it looked like. I mean, I can kind of see it, but not really. It looks more like he's, I mean, in the eyebrows, kind of, but not, I really don't. I mean, not particularly, but there's that. And then, like I said, just taking a look at him, just taking a look at all the different clips and stuff and ammunition he has here. He does have a gun holster there, and then he has a holster for the knife. Very nice. He has a little Punisher logo right there, and he has the American flag right there, so very nice. Very tactical look, and again, the Punisher logo across the vest, which that looks very clean, very nice. So very happy with that. So let's go ahead and take a look at him holding a few of his accessories. Then we'll do some comparisons, and we'll talk a little bit more about the figure. So as far as holding his accessories / weapons, if you take this axe in his hand, he can hold it, but only a little bit. It's mostly only right there and kind of like that. So unless you're going to have him be in some crazy pose, if you shake it, it will fall like that, which is why I prefer, and you can go ahead and pop this hand out. Pop it out for the other trigger holding hand. Pop that in right there. And going ahead and just very carefully and very easily just go ahead and wedging that in there. And there we go. Now you can have Frank Castle holding his axe. Very nice there. Well, I guess axe / hatchet, I suppose, if that's what you want to call a smaller axe. Or maybe it is still an axe. I don't know if you really know. If you know the official, I guess, wording on it, let me know in the comments down below. But anyway, so without further ado, though, just taking a look, let's go ahead and take a look at the head sculpt real quick. And yeah, that is John Bernthal. I can see that. It looks great. I mean, this is a great figure already. This is definitely, I understand why everyone had hype around these two figures. I mean, Hasbro really outdid themselves with the head sculpt, the face sculpt, the technology that's available now, and just, it looks great. So, and then as far as him demonstrating him putting his other accessory, his gun in his hand, you can just simply go ahead and take this, go ahead and just wedge it in there. Just go ahead and easily just wedge that in there, and just like that, and there is Frank Castle holding two of his accessories / weapons. Very nice. I do think that looks really good. And then I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate us getting this in his hand. So I'd pull that out just a little bit here, and then I'd wedge, just kind of push with your thumb and just kind of wedge that out just a little bit there. Coming over here to his holster. Typical holsters sometimes will have like a little, see if I can get that there. Sometimes they'll have a little thing where the gun can stick out, or whatever it might be holstering can stick out. This one does not. It's solid. So, whoops. Go ahead, and you're going to go ahead and take it. Just put it in the back, and it just slots right in just like so. And I'm really happy that Hasbro gave us storage for this, because a character like Punisher, he should have storage. And then as far as putting the knife in, the sheath for the knife, just go ahead. I don't really think it matters too much. And then, like I said, just kind of holding that upside down and kind of just shaking that. Yeah, that's not going to go anywhere. Neither is the gun either. That's just going to stay holstered in there. So I'll probably leave them there for the rest of the review. I mean, I might take them out. I don't know. I think I'll just leave them there for right now. But anyway, so other than that, though, pretty great figure. Pretty decent figure. I'm really happy with what we got and what we see here. I don't have any problems with the figure, not at all. Now, talking about my gripes, I do have one gripe, and it is similar to the Daredevil, but with the Daredevil, I'm warming up to the neck articulation on the Daredevil figure. It's not my favorite, but it's all right. So just kind of taking a look at Punisher, taking a closer look here. If you can see his neck, his head's on a dumbbell joint. He can look up that much. He can look down that much by using that neck joint there. And that is kind of similar to the Daredevil or Hawkeye from the Infinity Ultron, the way it's kind of set up. I'm not really the best fan of that, or a fan of that. I understand, again, like with the Daredevil, why they did it. It's not bad. It's not. And I understand, excuse me again, for extra posability, but as far as kind of just looking at it, it looks all right. I mean, yeah, you're not going to like get Frank into some crazy poses, but I mean, I understand, you know, if you want to have him looking down at somebody, or, you know, I don't know, maybe looking to the side or something, you know, I get that, and I do, and I'm appreciative of it. I just think that I wish that was a solid piece instead of being able to kind of have it move around. But again, I understand where Hasbro is coming from with the new technology and the new neck joint, but personally, I'm not particularly a fan of it. It's not bad. I'm not the biggest fan of it. So, but other than that, everything else, the new sculpt, the new like texture throughout, I mean, even just the tactical padding on the knee pads and the boots, and just all the tread of the shoes and just all that other stuff is very good. So very happy with that. So let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of comparisons now. So here is Frank Castle. See if I can get him stood up there. Hopefully he doesn't fall. But there's Punisher. Let's go ahead and bring in somebody who we've seen Punisher with. Here is Daredevil. And here is how they scale up next to each other. And I think that scale is very well. And then if you wanted to, you could recreate that scene from the end of the finale where they're both looking towards Karen Page in the car. If I can get him to stand. He's going to fight me there. There we go. Something like that. That way you can see they're both looking off into the distance. So I think that looks really good together. And then just even the height difference, that looks pretty well. So I'm really happy about that, glad with that. Go ahead and move in Daredevil back a minute. If you wanted to, I know we haven't seen this yet, but here is Matt Murdock from the No Way Home wave. Here is Matt Murdock in the civilian clothes next to, or his civilian lifestyle, I guess, or his civilian job, if you want to say, compared to Frank Castle. And again, like I said in my Daredevil review, I could understand that Matt being in the suit, he might be a couple inches taller, but I mean, obviously it's on a different body sculpt, but still, nevertheless, I kind of know what they're going for. But I mean, obviously, like I said, different body sculpt and different mold, but same sort of thing. So, but other than that, I think that looks really good. Go ahead and move him out of the way. Oops. Yeah, he's going to fight me on that. Okay, there it goes. Okay, let's go ahead and bring in another comparison, another street level. Here is Moon Knight. Now, I know you could kind of consider Moon Knight street level / supernatural. Here's what he looks like next to Punisher. Wanted to bring him in because, you know, Halloween's here in a couple weeks, week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that. But that's, and then if you wanted to, let me go ahead and also bring back in Daredevil and just kind of like what a team of those three would look like together or something like that. If you wanted to do something like that, that looks really cool. So there's that, just, you know, options, good to have. Go ahead and set Moon Knight over here. Go ahead and make him look forward a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Okay, good. So then let's go ahead and bring in another comparison. Here is Hawkeye from the Infinity Ultron and the Hawkeye from the Infinity Ultron Build-A-Figure wave and from the Hawkeye TV show. Here's what he looks like, and he is also going to fight me to stand, which I don't know why, but he just is. And there goes Punisher. See if I can stand him back up. He is being very I don't know what's going on with Hawkeye, but see if I can get him in sort of a pose here. Okay, there we go. Okay, that works. So there are those three, and then, like I said, and then again, if you did want to go ahead and include Moon Knight, you could, and just, I don't know, something like this. If you wanted that team up there, you could always do that. And like I said, the height comparison, I think that really works. So very nice there. And then if you guys have heard the news about Spider-Man Brand New Day, go ahead and move Matt Murdock out of the way here. As I was saying, though, about Spider-Man Brand New Day, here is Spider-Man. Let me also go ahead and move Hawkeye out of the way real quick. Here is Spider-Man. I was able to find him. This is the final swingsuit, and yes, I do have a spider effect on him, but I'm probably not going to take him out of this pose, but just kind of, obviously, he'd be a bit smaller than Punisher, but I still think that looks really cool there, and just kind of how that's posed, and I'm excited to see what Punisher's role in Brand New Day is going to be, so very nice there. But yeah, and then if you, like I said, if you wanted to do a team of these four, you always could, so very nice there. And then we'll go ahead and move Moon Knight, and go ahead and leave Daredevil there. But just taking a look at some other villains who Daredevil and Punisher have both gone up against. I'll go ahead and move Daredevil over here to the side. Here is Hammerhead compared to Punisher. They're about the same height, which I mean, obviously, they're both on suited bodies. Well, one of them's on a suited body, the other one's on a more tactical body, which, I mean, obviously, difference in scale. But other than that, I like that comparison there. I think that looks pretty good. Go ahead and move him out of the way. Anyway, as I was saying, go ahead and moving him out of the way. Here's a look at Kingpin compared to Punisher. This is Kingpin from Hawkeye, the Hawkeye TV show. This was from the, I believe in my Daredevil review, I said the second wave of What If. I believe it is the third wave. It's the Hydra Stomper. It's got the Hawkeye. It's got Yelena and Kingpin, and it also had Agatha Harkness. And I don't remember exactly who all else was in it, but anyway, that's the wave that he came from. So, and we have seen them interact just based on how Daredevil Born Again ended and how we're gonna go into season 2 and the Punisher special presentation. So that's always cool to see that. And then go ahead and just throwing in one more final comparison. Here is Tombstone. Go ahead and move him right in here. I know they've gone up against each other in the comics, and just kind of like I said, where Daredevil Born Again Season 2 is going to go, and with Brand New Day and all the rumors there. Ideally, it'd be great to see that and see that kind of how we flesh that out. I think that would look really cool, real great, real fantastic. I mean, I really do. I think it would look great. I don't foresee them, I guess, messing with that too much, but it's always nice that it's there. So, and then if you give me 1 second here, we can definitely go over articulation. But yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and show a couple of those comparisons just because, I mean, like I said, talking about the street level side of things and just seeing some of the characters and possibilities that Punisher could interact with. And like I said, we'll see him with Spider-Man and Brand New Day, and then hopefully we'll also see him with Daredevil in season 2, obviously, and maybe we'll even see Daredevil in the Punisher special presentation. I highly doubt it, but I mean, considering Punisher's probably in Born Again season 2, it's probably plausible. So I'm gonna go ahead and move Daredevil back here though. But then just again, kind of looking at those two comparison, and they both look really good. I don't foresee there being an issue with either of them, and whoops, they both do. They look good together. So I'm really, like I said, I'm really happy about that, and Punisher is gonna have a hard time standing there. There we go. Very nice. But yeah, so there's that. And then going ahead and going over articulation fairly quickly, which should only take about a quick second here. Anyway, so like I was saying though, go ahead and taking a look at articulation. Let's go ahead and go over articulation for this guy. So his head is on a dumbbell joint, as I was saying. He can look up that much using the dumbbell joint and the neck peg. He can look down that much using both. He gets that much tilt, and you do get some tilt. You do get 360. I am not going to go full 360 with that just because I'm not. You can if you want, but I'm personally not going to. He does have the same kind of rotator cuff thing here that Daredevil and the Wolverine did. Coming out, he can come out, I'd say 90, maybe. I'd say probably 90 degrees there. Very nice there. And then, like I said, that rotator cuff. You do go ahead and get double jointed pinless elbows. Very nice there. And some of the hands are different depending on that. They can turn side to side or depending up down, depending on whichever way you have it. He does have bicep swivel. Very nice there. And then he can kick up about that much, kick back about that much. He can come out about that much, come back down, and then pinless double jointed knees. Very nice there. And then coming down here to the ankles / boots / feet, go down that much, come up that much, and twist. So just like I said, just taking a look at this Punisher, I am so happy he came early. I'm happy it shipped earlier. I kind of expected it. I was a little surprised at how quickly he shipped, but considering that everybody in like California, North Carolina, they've already gotten their figures, I mean, it makes sense. But just kind of, like I said, just kind of taking a look at him though, there's a lot of great opportunities with this figure, and it is an amazing figure. I'm so happy to finally have a Punisher in my collection, and like I said, with Brand New Day coming up, it just makes things all the more better, all the more exciting. So again, like I said, thank you so much. I really hope you guys enjoyed this review. Again, thank you so much, guys. Take care, and I will catch you all in the next one.